Hey, this message goes out to all my chosen ones. Hey, look, I just wanted to chop it up for a minute about something that has become real normalized, you know what I'm saying, in this world today. You know what I'm saying? Especially, and I know it's more than America, but it's become extremely normalized. It used to be something that just was kept behind closed doors, but you see so many people doing it. And you see, younger kids do it. You see middle age, you see teenage, you see older doing it. And what I'm referring to is witchcraft. And a lot of people today don't have, they have the belief that it gives them some kind of power or control over somebody. But you know what I'm saying? I wanted to chop it up with everybody for a minute because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, have no idea. And it came to my spirit the other day. A lot of people have no idea, what they're doing. And what I mean by that, they have no idea what they're getting themselves into, because while they think at the same time that they have all these powers and everything like this and control over people and manipulation and whatever, you know what I'm saying, over people, you know, at the same time, they're being used as a puppet by Satan. And it even speaks on how horrible doing witchcraft is, which ain't nothing but sorcery. But it speaks for those who don't know, for those don't know just about a witch or a warlock, because it speaks of sorcery in Revelations 21:8, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But it speaks a witch, a witch ain't nothing but a practitioner of, magic or sorcery, you know what I'm saying? And a warlock, which is a male witch, ain't nothing but the same thing, but it says in Revelation 21:8, but as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, as for murderers, the sexual immoral, sorcerers, which I just brought up, idolaters, and all liars, their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. And it speaks right here against sorcery. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays, just like I said, nowadays it's so normalized and people don't have any kind of conscience about it. You know what I'm saying? Because in this generation, because this is the last days right here. You know what I'm saying? So anything goes with most of the things that's being done in this world, but people don't understand that Satan don't love us. That's what the people, you know what I'm saying, who are doing these things got it twisted. Satan don't love any of us. He don't love people. He don't even love the people that's doing the stuff, But when he does, when he's allowing you to, when you're doing that witchcraft, Satan knows. I'm gonna just say this: Satan knows the Bible more than any of us, could actually know it because he was, you know what I'm saying. He's a spirit, and plus he was there when everything, you know what I'm saying, was forming and everything like that. He was around, you know what I'm saying, before everything was formed, when Most High created everything. So he knows way more than we could ever know. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people think they're smarter than what they really are. But being scandalous or being sneaky doesn't mean that you're smart. And at the same time, he knows how man is, and he uses that to his advantage. And I'm not giving Satan any power, because it's always all praise to Yahuwah on everything. You know what I'm saying? But Satan knows more than we do. And I'm going to read that again so people can understand they can understand how serious this is right here. But as for the cowardly, the faithless, the detestable, and for murderers, the sexual immoral, sorcerers, which are witches and warlocks, idolaters, and all liars, their portion will be in the lake that burns with fire and sulfur, which is the second death. Now you ask yourself, that's telling exactly where everybody who practices witchcraft is going to go, to the lake of fire. And if you don't believe in the lake of fire, you know what I'm saying, you will. You know, because there's so many people that and a lot of people have been blinded into believing that hell doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? But we'll believe in everything else. We'll believe in social media, Hollywood, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We'll believe in all these movies and stuff. But Satan has people believing that hell is not real. And it's a gang of people that died and went to the lake of fire thinking the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with your soul like that. Because that's eternity. Ain't no coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you heard, ain't no coming back from that. It's eternity. And that's just, hell is a living, growing, breathing place. You know what I'm saying? That's enlarging itself because of so much sin and so much, you know what I'm saying? People turning away from the Most High. So much depravity, all this stuff. And you want to play with your life with witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? Please don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Turn away from that, you know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of way you can, because it's not it. It's not worth being in this world and feel like you having some power over somebody, or the power to harm somebody or something like that, or influence somebody or manipulate somebody. It's not worth it. You think about you choosing eternity, eternal hellfire and suffering and torture and horror, you know what I'm saying, over just leaving it alone and leaning to the Most High and giving your life to Him. You know, which with that comes, you know what I'm saying, which that comes eternal life after everything is all said and done. You know what I'm saying? Satan does this to a lot of people. As far as when you're doing witchcraft, you think about it with the cartoons, how you know, if you was setting a trap for somebody and you was putting out, you know, little bits of candy, you know what I'm saying? You put out a piece of candy right here, piece of candy right here. You know, it's like, you know, like a trail leading up to where you want it to go, like the trap. You know, just basically like, you know, I think it was like, you know, Bugs Bunny or something like that, or how Elmer Fudd used to do, you know what I'm saying, with that. And Satan leaves people doing witchcraft. He puts traps like that. Like he does let them, he's doing magic and he's leading to them. He has his demons as well doing it. And he's making them to believe that they're doing things. He'll let them do this thing, do that thing, you know, and instead of it being candy leading to the trap, it'll be all these different things that he's showing them that they can do. And then when they finally they keep doing, they keep believing they can do more and more and more and more, just getting blinded every time they do it and falling deeper into a ditch and more into sin with doing it. Because you're directly aligning yourself with Satan when you do these things. But at the end of that trail, it's the lake of fire, which you can never get out of. And nobody knows nobody knows when their last day is. Nobody knows, you know, what kind of sin is going to overtake them. And and to be real with you, could suffer before you leave this place. You know what I'm saying? And you already know coming with that. You already know from Revelation 21:8, already know your fate is sealed as far as doing witchcraft, you know. So you ask yourself, is it worth it doing that? You know what I'm saying? Because Most High is in control. The devil can fool people all they want to make them think that they got power, but the Most High is in control. So, you know, pray everybody stray away from that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a gang of evil people already, like, you know what I'm saying? They probably ain't gonna even listen to this, or they probably gonna say, you know, F that dude or whatever like that. That's cool, because it's not my soul. You know what I'm saying? You know, I speak out because, you know what I'm saying, this came to my spirit, you know. But if you don't care about your soul, then I can't, you know, that's on anybody. You know, I gotta work to get everything, you know, sold up with me each and every day, like all of us do on this walk. So, hey, everybody keep pushing for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Keep pushing for y'all. Keep doing your stuff until the casket drop on everything. Don't never let nothing turn you from the Most High. And I pray that everybody who's doing that stuff that I was just speaking of, that they come to the light, which is Yahuwah, the only way. I love y'all. Until next time, y'all willing. Peace.